Hi, how you doing today, gentlemen? We were just talking a minute ago about why projects fail and how can we mitigate that? How can we make the project be successful? We know the three-legged stool, we discussed it last time in previous video. The three-legged stool includes scope, schedule, and cost. But what we didn't introduce is why, in order to execute the scope of work, we need the workers. We need to ensure that the weather cooperates. There is no one template that will fit every area of the country and every location and every industry. All of those things require subject matter experts or experienced people that understand how to deal with the various contingencies. So, for example, I'm going to do some civil work, and then next I'm going to put the structural steel. Then I'm going to install the modules, pipe modules. I'm going to install vessels. And all those things will require different skill sets. So I'm going to, if I need the civil crew, I need the operating engineers, I need the crane operators, I need the cranes, I need the boiler makers, I need the iron workers, I need the pipe fitters. I need all those individuals. And the weather also must cooperate. So in other words, this fits in the winter, in February, March, in parts of Alberta and Alaska, cold climates, Minnesota. When you go in January, February, productivity factor goes way down. Now you're going to have some problems even though you have the workers. And if you lay off the workers, you might not get them back again. So number one, you have to stay in touch with the market forces. Before you plan the project or when you're going to start the project, you need to have their softwares available that shows you where the various workers are going to be located at, provided the other projects stay on schedule and they stay within the scope and there's no expansion of the scope. There's no scope creep. In other words, the scope has been extended due to unforeseen circumstances. There's a lot of wish lists that are coming in. Guys, you need to understand that we need to ensure that we understand how the competing interests are. So we need to know where the workers are going to be. We need to understand where the equipment is going to be. We also need to understand that we coordinate with the fabrication shop. We have to get the permits to get on the highway. We have to do all kinds of stuff. That's called strategic planning. And within that strategic planning, we need to have other planners that also look into all those other outside influences and threats to the projects that we're dealing with. So basically, guys, it's not just creating all the sophisticated program. In an ideal world, you wave the magic wand and there you go. Voila, the project is done. You need to understand that all those plans, those sophisticated tools do not work until you stick to the basics. You got to build relationships with various trade unions, with various labor supply group, with various manufacturer, material supplies, and so forth. All those things, there could be some issues, so you have to build contingencies. So basically, it is a human factor that's involved in that. We're only humans. To say that you're just going to execute a project and everything is going to be hunky-dory is an absolute, not the truth. So take it easy on that sophisticated program. Understand that you first must understand your environment. Sitting in a secluded area, generating all the sophisticated costs and charts, and you sell it to for example, the project champion, the VP, goes and sells it to the board. We're going to build a plant for $5 billion and everything is going to be fine. Until you take all those things into consideration, do not make any promises you can keep because you only get one shot at it. You go and talk to you get the project sponsor, goes over to the boards asking for so much money, $5 billion, and then all of a sudden, things go haywire. You ask for 20% contingencies, and all of a sudden there are no workers available. because nowadays there's not as many tradespeople as there used to be, or as qualified and skillful tradespeople, because a lot of young people, a lot of millennials have taken up onto themselves to work more into computerized systems, into computers and programming, and they do not have the manual skill sets to execute the job. That's where we're coming up with more automated fabrication methods in order to mitigate all of that. Thank you. Next time.